Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwame Yasha'Allah, Koholoyimla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And about the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and wack that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is a site or a young lady's channel I came across. Her name is Cindy's Villa, right? And she has this segment up here where it says white people reaction to Trump trying to bring back segregation, right? And so she got a lot of good clips in here, man. A lot of good clips. I'm not going to front, so I'm going to try and ease through a few of them. And this is for educational purposes only. Not getting any monetary value off of her videos or whatever. Because she got she got 314,000 views on here. That's a lot of views. And she got a hashtag black community, which we're not black. We're just different shades of brown people. Because as you can see right here, it appears like her, her top that she has on, that's black. Her hair is black. She's nowhere near that color. I'm talking about she's 1,000 shades away from that shit. But, black and white is a social construct that was made up by, the so-called white man. Somebody like Trump, that's getting spray painted. I don't know what they're doing to that boy. He got to get up early as fuck in the morning for them to spray his face like that. I couldn't imagine what he actually looked without that shit on his face, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine. Anyway, there's no such thing as white people or black people. That's a social construct. So-called white people are generally pinkish to reddish in color, and so-called black people are just different shades of brown. Lighter browns to really, really deep chocolate browns. You know what I'm saying? But looking like a damn car tire, nah, there's not no people out here looking like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's out here looking like a glass of milk. So I wanted to touch on a few of these things. Now, this first lady, I want to get her because she's just delusional as hell. And she's an older so-called black lady, and really that's just the mindset that a lot of our people have from that time period. But hey, segregation, man. Hey, I don't get why Jake was so, you had Martin Luther King going hard as fuck, trying to go, getting water hoses sprayed on them, dogs sicked on them, all kinds of shit to drink from the same water fountain as the so-called white man. Sit on the same toilet. And they nasty too. When I go into the restrooms at the plantation that I'm at, it's like, man, it's just like, ugh. They don't flush the toilets. Pubic hairs and shit all over the damn urinals. So it's a lucky for my, for my language, but they know I walk through, I see them. They're like brute damn animals, man. You're standing at the damn urinal just scratching on yourself. Pubics all over it. And they don't mind sitting right next to each other taking dumps, bro. Like, it's just, that shit disgusts me. I don't want to be in the bathroom with somebody else taking a damn dump. I kind of just try and hold it, man, until I can just, get to me a restroom where, shit, it's just me. I don't want to sit next to you. I'm talking about they'll be sitting, all the damn doors in the stalls to be closed, or them sitting right next to each other, a foot over, just blasting like it's nothing. Like no, we're not that. We're not like that, man. As a people, us Israelites, we have, cleanliness or decorum about ourselves, when it comes to certain things. Even though, we're in this captivity and Jake just being wicked as hell. So Jake pick up on a lot of bullshit, man. But I'm going to play a little bit of this video. I want to jump to some of these so-called white people that, and what they think about this segregational thing. Because Esau is really, they're pretty much overall, they're saturated with Jake way of living overall. Even though, see, it's these older ones, like Trump age, that nigga like, what the fuck, that nigga like 100? I don't know, that nigga in his 80s, whatever the fuck he is. Those people from around his standpoint, his age, those Make America Great Again people, they the ones that's really want this segregation, you know what I'm saying? But hey, these younger ones, they like, shit, we can't have no hip-hop. What about basketball? What about the NBA? What about the NFL? What about the, you know what I'm saying, the cook off? You know what I'm saying, the barbecue. What about the, because you know, hey, these younger ones, they don't know no, but they just pretty much overall like, what the fuck is going on here? We don't know nothing about that. All we know is, hey, we want to be like them. So let's play some.
See what was reactions. Then I went on TikTok. I saw this video from this black woman. You can see her caption. It says, "White friends."
And see, she's saying black woman, but look how light skinned she is. That's a social construct, bro. She's not black. Neither one of them are black, but this is a social construct that these so-called white people have given us, and you need to rid yourself of that shit first off.
We need you now. I'm gonna let this video go. Let's just hear from her, and of course, we are gonna see stitches from white people. Let's just hear what they are saying.
So basically, what you see above her head, her caption is, "White friends, we need you now." No, we don't need you. You need to separate from these people, man. And let me just grab a quick scripture. Really, really quick here. This is the most important part of these videos, is the scriptures, man. The Lord's word. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction. She's so destroyed that she thinks that we need them. We don't need them, Salakia. We don't need them. We need, you know, we need Yahweh Hashem side. We don't need the so-called white people. But guess what? If she believes in a power source or a God type of deal, she's most definitely gonna think that it's a so-called white man. Well, let's play some more.
Because some of you wanted to see their reactions, which I have put these videos together. Like this is still making headlines, and of course people are still reacting to this news. Stay with me, guys. Let's check these videos out.
Hey everybody, I'm all in my feelings today, so I just want to make a quick little statement here, and I especially want our white friends to notice what is happening with what's coming down from POTUS and all of the people.
And don't get me wrong, hey, there's some so-called white people out here. A lot of them, they actually are Jake. They, you know, going back, because your seed line goes through your father. Just because they may look like they're so-called white people, that don't necessarily mean that that's what they are. You know, because there's people out here that look like this lady and a lady to the left, both of these ladies, that could actually be so-called white women. Because your seed line goes through your dad. And when Esau, the so-called white man, raped a lot of our foremothers back in slavery, he left seed, man, that came out chocolate and darker. And so that seed is still in the earth. That's where you go into the scriptures where it talks about the wheat and the tares. That parable that the Lord was telling about the wheat and the tares, because wheat and tares look just alike. You see? So you got so-called white people out here that look like either one of these ladies or darker. And then you got so-called black people out here that, you know, I'm talking about really chocolate, really dark. They're actually so-called white people. But you got so-called, you know, white people. They look like they're white people, but their seed line comes from a so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American, which are the Israelites. But as time goes on, you know, and men get to sleep with the women of the other nations because the men carry the seed. As they sleep with the women of those other nations, those nations start to come out lighter skin or darker skin or whatever. So it's not a skin color thing. And if you go back to like 1681, there was no such thing as color. People weren't using color as ethnicity. The so-called white man came up with that. So let's just play some more. I know, you know, I'm stopping, go here and there, you know, so Salakia.
He has working for him behind the scenes, trying to seek out little obscure things that may try to get a rise out of black people. You know, first they talked about trying to, the possibility of pardoning the person who took the life of George Floyd. Then,
and so that goes up into, you know, pretty much overall who will rile up Judah. Judah's going to be riled up when the Lord wants Judah riled up. No one's going to see Trump and them. These so-called white people, they're trying to force prophecy. You can't force prophecy, man. It's going to happen when the Lord wants it to happen, because it's already written and it's a time stamp to it. You know, it's like this clock that's ticking on the video that I'm making right now. There's a timestamp to it. It's a timestamp as to when this video is going to end. And that's the way that Esau's kingdom going to end. That's the way that, you know what I'm saying, each prophecy is going to end and the next one start until this man is out of here.
They just completely destroyed Black Lives Matter Plaza, not just painted over it, but completely destroyed it. Then, in the name of the attack on DEI, they are systematically removing the names and images of prominent Black people in history who, for a variety of different reasons.
Well, that's your Black History Month. They give you February and tell you that these people are your heroes, and none of them are heroes. They just was some silly ass Negroes that went and joined this man's military, you know, and just done all this silly stuff. And a lot of those people be Edomites, man. You know, a lot of those people that they show you, you know, as far as their Black History Month, and they say, you know, we're favoring, you know, this woman, this, that, and that. Man, a lot of them people be Edomites, man. They be Edomites. They be so-called white people in black skin, and they set up the people that they want you to celebrate.
They just want to erase the history in all of the federal government's websites and documents and things like that. And then yesterday, they decided to take a provision out of the an act that was passed in 1965, which would allow companies that contract with the United States at a federal level to have segregated facilities, segregated businesses, you know, to just have segregation again. Now, of course, that all of this stuff can be fought in court, but it seems like they are trying their best to get into the minds and the deep-seated heart pains of Black Americans. They're trying their best to get us out there protesting. And you all know that we as a group, as a lot, cannot get out there and protest, because the minute that they see the crowd is not all white, the minute that they see that we are out there protesting, then it gives them an opportunity to pave the way for calling for that law that starts with an M. And if that were to happen, our country will be turned upside down.
So you notice she said our country. See, this is just a, you know, she don't know no better. She's just an older lady, and she really believes that America's gonna last and go on further, and actually don't have no hope as far as like the children of Israel ever coming out of this thing, man. That's the typical idea, and mostly all these comments in here. I think I seen two guys, two so-called white men. Other than that was just women. You know what I'm saying? But you get the point of what she's trying to say. She's basically she's about America. She's upset that she can't sit down with white people. She's upset that Now I can see from a business standpoint if they trying to hurt the businesses of so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men that's trying to make a living. Got their own companies and things of that nature. I get it from that standpoint. So if they're gonna segregate, let them segregate. But don't fuck with the companies of those so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men, in their living, so they can take care of their families and hire their own people. Like, fuck segregation, because guess what? Every time Jake was segregated and to himself, he was doing better. But she's acting as if she's crying about being with the so-called white man. And like I said, you can see the title over her head right here, White Friends, We Need You Now. And that's pretty much what she was going into, you know.
Black people, we are holding it in. Is this bothering us? Yes. My parents, uncles, aunts, we're not talking ancestors who fought for civil rights. I was born before the Civil Rights Act was signed. This is how new all of this is. And yes, this is tearing us apart inside, but we cannot get out there and protest. Black bodies cannot be on the front lines out there. We need you. We need you to make your voices known or heard in relationship to what they are doing with trying to erase history, with trying to get a rise out of black people. We need you to advocate and let this administration know that what they are doing is not okay.
Okay, so let's get a quick scripture, man. Isaiah chapter 31 and verse 1. Matter of fact, you know what? Verse 32, chapter 30. Let me start at verse 1 in chapter 30. Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, which that woman, she's rebellious. You know what I'm saying? Along with 2/3 of our people, you know, we're rebellious people. Saith the Lord, Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt. In America is spiritually Egypt. That's the reason why they had that damn pyramid on the back of that dollar. And have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And Trump is that new modern day Pharaoh, man. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because Jake don't know no other than trusting in this man. Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. They don't trust in Yahweh Bashim outside. They don't seek the Lord, man. Look at her. Look what it says behind her. It's like you.
And we need you all to get loud about this.
Who's she talking to? She talking to the white people. She like, we need you. Why would they step out of their comfort zone to help your ass? They're not gonna do it. And it's 144 too, man. That's Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim outside with 41% of battery life on my on my battery. 144, man, because hey, we're praying that we're part of the hopeful elect. We can get the fuck out of here, man. You want to stay here and be a part of white community. People don't want nothing to do with you, man. I don't feel comfortable around them. I don't even want to be around them. I be at the job like shit, the little plantation. Man, I'm handling what I got to handle with them, and I'm getting the fuck away from them immediately. I don't want to be around them, man. You should not want to be around. Why the fuck you so just go hard body about being around these people, man? You're damn enemies. You want to be up close and personal with your fucking enemies, and these people about to run y'all asses across the track. You know, I'll put it that way.
And it's our white brothers and sisters who need to do this.
White brothers and sisters. Man, your white brothers and sisters is Esau. He's the one that hates you. He's the one that has that perpetual hatred as far as Ezekiel, man. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5 and 6. Esau got a perpetual hatred towards you, your white brothers and sisters, as if these people don't care nothing about you. When shit hits the fans, they gonna ravish you. You're gonna be looking pretty much about like how she looking right now, with that doofy ass look on your face, like, what happened? The very ones that she actually thought was friends. They're going to get her ass, man.
And need to do it quickly. This needs to get in the media. This needs to get loud. What he did and what they did as far as allowing contractors to have separate facilities should cross a line. For many of you who say that you support us, we want to see it. We need to see it. This is an opportunity for us to see it. I'm hurt, I'm angry, and I apologize for my emotions coming out right now. But this is an opportunity for us to see it. All right, I'll talk to you.
She wants to see so-called white people make a stance for them. Now, back in the, little Martin Luther King days, some. But that's not going to make no difference with them anyway, because they all going into captivity, man. They're going to get what's coming to them, man. This is their demise, whether they try and help or not. Matter of fact, let me get that, throw hand joint in hand. Proverbs 11:21, though hand join in hand, which is what she wants to do. She wants to join hands with the, with the so-called white man. The wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. See, we're praying that we are the seed of the righteous. You know what I'm saying? The 144,000 and the 1/3. Praying that I'm a part of that, and you all that are listening. But the wicked, they're not going unpunished. And how do we know who the wicked is? Let's get Job 9:24 real quick. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who is he? Who's running the earth? Who's running the earth? Out of all the races or ethnicities that's on the planet, like who's top dog? So-called white man. And especially these fucking Americans. They running shit, man. So the wicked, they should not go unpunished. Let me get that other one before. Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. Let me start at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what's coming to you Edomites, you so-called white people. We don't need to be grouping up with them and singing hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to work. They have a punishment. They have a tab to pay. They're going to pay that tab, man. And that's what's happening in the earth. And Trump and them, they trying to force the scale. And really they trying to force the scale because, let me go back a chapter. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. And that devil is the so-called white man. Don't think, see, they fool the world into thinking that there's some fable or some fairy tale or some guy on the ground with a red spandex suit with 2 horns on his damn head. And he's just underground. He's just torturing everybody. There's this lake of fire. And that shit is nowhere in the Bible, man. But he's fooled the world into thinking that that's where bad people go. No, the Lord is about to first off, bomb the shit out of America. And he's going to use a lot of these other nations, including the allies of America, especially Russia. Russia is going to be one of the main ones that's going to get down on America. But the Lord is going to get down on America. And America is going to be, overall a desert, man. This place would never be inhabited again. And then the rest of you damn Edomites throughout the world, y'all ass is going directly into captivity. You're going directly into slavery. Just like that Revelation 13:10 said. Not getting away with nothing that you've done, man.
Later. Bye.
Okay, so I felt really emotional listening to the black woman. And everything...
See, I felt very emotional listening to the black woman. I don't know where she's from, but that color shit is through. need to come in. So she's reading some of these comments as to pretty much overall what needs to happen, or what people were saying and shit. So let's see. She kind of looked like MC Light.
I felt really emotional listening to the black woman, and everything she said, all correct. And we know already, okay? We know already. Now, I just want to read out a few comments because a lot of white people dropped their comment in her comment section, which I wouldn't want us to, see. Now, you can pause to read this comment, but I'm going to read out some for you. The first comment says, I'm white and fully understand. We all see what they're doing and don't agree with it. There's a lot of people fighting against these racist fascists. Please stay safe. The second comment says, they want a race war. Not going to happen. We stand together. The third comment says, Trump needs to be arrested for treason. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to show you.
So, they're talking about the race war, but, it's gonna happen. It has to happen because the Lord ordained it. It just is what it is, man. Let me see something here. It's a lucky I couldn't find that scripture that I wanted to find, but it pretty much overall goes off into who will rile up Judah, man. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to be, riled up. And I believe that's why Trump, just me speaking as a man, they're trying to get rid of a lot of the they're doing a lot of deportations, right? Deporting a lot of Israelites, from the Northern Kingdom, because they don't want us to be together like that. But still, there's a lot of, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. Scripture says that they will be oppressed together. We're all here. They're trying to get rid of a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, to sin, but that's not going to work out for Esau, it just is what it is, man. This man he's leaning towards a super duper fall, and he's moving fast and really aggressive, and he's going to get a lot more aggressive because they have been trying to push these race wars for quite some time, but they can't force prophecy. The Lord is the only one that's going to be able to, set that off, man. But let's play a little more because I want to get a couple of these little videos, these little segments with these so-called white people that's speaking,
Some stitches and videos from white people reacting to this news. Stay with me, guys. People are still making videos. I know that there are some.
Ease up a little bit. We just jump straight to it.
That you're to touch my butt. I'm going to show you some screenshots of comments. Check these videos out.
Now, I know goddamn fucking well I did not just see something that says that Trump wants to bring back segregation. Bitch, I promise you, I will spit in every white person's fountain, and I will fucking drink from the black people's fountain. I'm that fucking bitch, okay? I'm the one that you motherfuckers would have had up in a tree, because I'm not walking with you fucking racist piece of shits. We're not the same fucking white people you used to know, bitch. Trump.
You think segregation is hurting the black and brown community? Scroll through their videos. They are laughing, having a good time, celebrating. They try to stay away from us, for the most part. Not in an evil, mean way, the way you would love for it to be, in a safe, protect themselves kind of way. Because white people get brown and black people killed. So you're not doing anything to harm them. You are going to harm your businesses by losing them. You're going to harm the atmosphere because it's going to be so boring and staunch. And on top of that, you're showing us, the ones that just want everybody to have freedom and, rights, don't want to go back to the 60s, you're showing us where not to go. You're making it very simple. So yeah, you're not hurting anybody but yourselves by trying to bring the evil to the world back out into the open, because we know you've had it in you. You're just going to put it on full display so everyone can see not to go near you. So segregation, that's a joke. It's a disgusting, vile, evil joke that's only going to hurt yourselves.
Okay, so, and then you had the first one, the lady, so-called white lady, and they wild. These so-called white women, they wild as hell. Now, you know why they wild as shit? Because they done come in contact with wild Negroes. And that lady, the very first one, with the eyelashes, if you just look at her, hell, she had the whole persona of a so-called black woman, which she probably got a so-called black man. Maybe everybody she's ever been, rotted down by has been black. She probably got so-called black children, or she's either that or an Israelite. But the so-called white woman, man, hey, they love Jake. They not trying to deal with the so-called white man like that. And see, that's a lot of what Esau is worried about too. They're worried about their women. You know what I'm saying? They're worried about pretty much overall being overtaken because they're not producing children like how they used to. And even when Joe Biden was in office, he talked about how, and he was on he was acting like a real bitch that day. You ask me, like a woman that was begging, for black people to help out, so-called, to keep the so-called white race going. But that's, hey, that's the Lord, man, busting y'all down, man. And that goes off into Obadiah, where the Lord would make you small amongst the heathen. Now, this one lady right here that I got up right here, she went pretty hard. She might be an Israelite too, because everybody that looked like a so-called white person, again, you have to really realize that that's not the case. Matter of fact, let me get something real quick just to prove this. Your seed line goes to your dad. This is Numbers chapter 1. And whatever your dad is, that color shit don't have nothing to do with no ethnicity, man. Verse 18, Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. They declared their pedigrees. What's a pedigree? Your pedigree is your ancestry pedigree, right? And they declared their pedigree after their families by the house of their fathers. See? Because the men, they hold the children within their, ball sack. The children are already with the man. Whatever that man is, that's exactly what those children are. That woman has nothing to do to change that. All she is like, soil or earth to, give the nutrients and stuff that seed needs to grow forth. Then once that seed comes forth, this is exactly what the dad is. But it says, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. It don't say by the house of their mothers. And when you go to the top of this chapter, the very first, let me start from verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers. See? With the number of their names, every male by their poll. So why doesn't it say every house by their mothers? And every female by their polls? Because that's not the way lineage rolls. Your family tree goes through your father. That's why, a man can have a son and a daughter. That son, he's going to keep the dad's name. If that daughter get married, if the son get married to whoever he's marrying, they're going to take on his name. If his daughter gets married to a man, she's going to take on his name. So now her name is no longer, the name of her father, even though she comes from her father, of course. They have what they call a maiden name. But she's going to now take on the name of her new family, her new father, her which is that man's father's home. He's going to take that. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. So when you see women like this, when you see people like this, don't just think that they're just, like these people on the screen, they're considered to be so-called white women, but they could actually be so-called blacks, Hispanics, or Native Americans going back to their fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, wherever their seed comes from. That's very important to know, man, when it comes to this truth. Especially you new beginners, newcomers into this truth, man. So let's play a little more because I did want to get hers because it was kind of funny, but she made a couple of little points.
Black people really don't give a shit if they can't be around white people, right? Like, you think that black people give a flying fuck that you're not going to let them into your racist ass place? Because I promise you they don't. What's really going to suck is not being able to go into black spaces like that. That's going to suck for white people who enjoy things that are cool and fun. That part's really gonna suck. But like,
why is she saying that? Cool and fun. Because she understands that we are the salt of the earth. We are the salt of the earth, man. You can't get around it. And Esau understands that. See, they want to hold on to us.
Sorry, I don't understand.
And they never want to let us go. Matthew 5:13, it says, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under the foot of men. So we are that salt. The Israelites, we are the salt of the earth, man. We bring pizzazz, jazz to the whole spot, man. And the planet was built for for us. Matter of fact, you can get that in Second Esdras. I think it's Second Esdras. I think around. All right, it's been a while on this one. Yep, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of whom come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So all people, yeah, they come from Adam, but the Lord has chosen a people out of that sect of people. He actually separated the nations and chose out of the nations that he created one nation for himself. And that's the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It says, all this have I said, verse 55, 2nd Ezra 6 and 55, all this have I said, Salakia, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. That's the point that I wanted to make right there. The world was made for our sakes. But guess what? We crashed out. We made some bad decisions. And prophetically as well, you know what I'm saying? We went into this captivity to these so-called white people. Right? Verse 56, it says, as for the other people, which also come of Adam, which is the so-called white race, Japanese race, Chinese race, all these other nations, yeah, they it says, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. They like spit, you know what I'm saying? Spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So if you got a big ass jug of water and a little drop hit the ground, you ain't worried about that. You're gonna keep it moving with your jug. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And that's what they're doing. But we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? And this is what our forefather Esdras was asking. How long will this endure, Yahweh? How long will it be that these heathen are running the world that you made for us? This is what's being asked, right? And so, she's saying, what's going to happen? We're not going to have cool places to go. We're not going to be able to get that good seasoned food. We're not going to be able to see them perform. You know what I'm saying? And because they go to these concerts. Hey, look, if it weren't for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, Esau really wouldn't have a culture of nothing. Everything that they have, they stole from us. They're not creative like that, man. The Lord didn't create them to be creative. They're thieves, man. He created them to be the wicked.
We deserve to be kicked out. Okay?
Segregation is no longer illegal. Dude, when are people going to realize his idea of making America great again is de-evolving us? Like literally. He wants more manufacturing. That was the industrial age. We are in the technological age now. We've moved on. He wants to go back, and that's very clearly visible as Trump made segregation not illegal in federal contracts and is blaming it on DEI. Dude, that's just straight up racism. And before MAGA says it's not, segregation is racist. It's racist.
Whether or not you believe that Donald Trump is racist no longer matters, because his policies reveal deep racist sentiments and create codified racism. And now Donald Trump has repealed LBJ's executive order barring racial segregation. Donald Trump is bringing back segregation. And regardless of whether or not you think that in his heart he is racist, he has continued to embolden racist, white supremacists, and codify racial segregation. That is a problem that we haven't seen in over 50 years. He is inflaming racial sentiments. He is instigating white supremacist and Christian nationalists. So whether or not Donald Trump himself is racist no longer matters, because he is the first president to reinstitute segregation federally in over 50 years.
Joelle Nicole Johnson, she made a really good point. She said, bring back segregation, let's do it. We're gonna have black-only restaurants, black-only shops, black-only theme parks, black-only everything, right? Those would be the only good places to go. With all the good food, the good music. It would bring me so much joy to see that. And they're not saying like, hey, it's really truly blacks only. They would allow the approved whiteys like myself to come and think about it. That would kill all the racists that not only black people are spending their hard-earned dollars on only black businesses, but white people are too.
Y'all, we need to talk, because the Trump schmatzy administration just banned segregation in all federal contracts. Segregation like separate bathrooms, Jim Crow 2.0 bullshit. By the way, a black man just delivered my freaking UPS mail. You all are fucking unhinged with this bullshit. And to be clear, this is not about policy change. This is not about saving money. This is a message, a big, loud dog whistle to black and brown people trying to instill psychological warfare, a message that they are not safe. And it is meant to make people feel small and afraid. And white folk, this message is for you. Y'all need to call this out, not just online, but at work, at school, at the dinner table. This ain't just politics, this is real life. If you stay quiet, you're part of the problem. Speak up, shut it down, because separate does not mean equal. It was never equal, and we are not going back. Take action. You want to do something? Read a fucking book. Better yet, support black businesses. By the way, ladies, they know some really great shit. Somebody find this company. I bought it at a Pride festival. It's freaking amazing. And when it's empty, I will buy more. Show up for your black and brown neighbors. This is the only way we're going to win from these schmatzis. This is absolute, utter bullshit. For the love of God, share this post. Share it everywhere.
And I especially...
Okay, so you get the point, man. That shit is not going to work. Because again, the scripture says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. But let me just grab one more before we end out. You, Jake, need to just get the fuck away from these people and stop trying to be Americans, man. Cut that shit out, man. Because you're going to be destroyed with them if you continue. Because the Lord is going to destroy these people. They have what's coming to them, and they have to get it. You know, just like that lady just said, she had packages coming through. Them packages had to come through. They came directly to the right person because her name was on the tab, right? On the address of the envelope in the boxing, right? It's the same way with Esau. Esau, he got a he got a delivery coming to him, man, and it's coming to him, and it's gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna require a signature. So this is Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways, man. And that's a big problem with our people. They envy the oppressor. They feel like they're not successful unless they got what they have. They're not successful unless they're living in their zip codes and neighborhoods and shit. They're not successful if they don't, no. Look, we go with our daily bread. We're thankful to Yahweh Shah for our daily bread, what we eat, our housing, the Lord providing clothing for us, heat, you know what I'm saying, in the winters, and, we're just thankful for what Yahweh Shah is providing us for daily. Because we're pilgrims here, man. You're not, this place is not set up for you to win, man. You better realize that this was a punishment from the Lord to us as for being disobedient. So now you linking up with these people that he actually used to punish your ass, he gonna destroy you too. Because America's going down. You can cut it out. The so-called white man, they're through. That's the reason why they panicking and doing the silly shit they doing, because they doing some silly shit now. And it's so blatantly forward. It's like, damn, y'all motherfuckers, y'all in that motherfucker acting like crackheads. Y'all making all kind, y'all just all over the place. Y'all, zombies, freaks come out at night, just, and Trump trying to make it seem as if, this thing is gonna, nah, bro, y'all can cut it out, man. This shit is done. Done, man. Stick a fork in it. It's like that needle to the balloon. Pop. This place is done, man. And all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, for that. Matter of fact, I can get one more. I know I said, yep. But hey, we're going to get one more. Yahweh Ratazah. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:7, also known as the Book of Sirach. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're witnessing, the fall of our enemy. And you ain't enjoying no children here. You can forget about that. They trying to turn the little boys into girls, and little girls into boys. That's how you know this man really got to go. And Trump, he's acting as if he's against it. Well, he's not. Where's the executive orders where he's totally against all the freak shit, period? He's just saying all male and female genders. Motherfucker, what about just coming through hardcore with that Make America Great Again Bible that you've been selling with your signature on it? Why aren't you coming through like that and saying, man, no, all this shit is done? No, he's coming against you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He don't give a fuck about the drug people, the people that's on fucking dope, the people that's out here spreading all these damn diseases with this nastiness. He don't care nothing about none of that stuff, man. He out here acting like he making this huge difference, man. But really, he is trying to push for the race wars. We believe that, So it is what it is, but he's not going to be able to start it until the Lord wants it to start. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and a blah, blah, blah.